All right, everybody, welcome to the channel again. My name is Fido Lewis, and today we're gonna cover Maersk. All right, Maersk. This is one of the world's top shipping container companies. Right now, I've been doing a lot of good movement on the stock market. So we're gonna take a look at it today together, just to figure out what they're doing, what they transport, basic information to make us feel confident about what we're investing our money into. Right now, on the on Robinhood, it's trading at $13.71 currently. All right, $13.71. As you can see by the graph, this year it did a pretty good job this year. On July 16, it was around $6.39. And you see, by the look at the graph, it's been doing a pretty good job with like steady growth. So let me look into the about real quick. The AP Maersk engage in shipping, energy, transportation, offshore drilling, and retail activities. It operates through the following segments: ocean logistics and service, terminal towage, and manufacturing, and others. The ocean segment includes global container shipping activities, includes strategic transshipment hubs, and sale of bunker oil. Remember from if you watch the last video, top ships, if you know what it transports crude oil. So this oil is gonna be pretty expensive in a few weeks from now. Maybe months, but eventually oil is gonna hit $100 a barrel. And whoever invests now in these oil companies and gas, whatever you want to invest in, the oil or gas is gonna definitely make you some profit. All right, let's continue reading. Where did I left off? Okay, the logistical and service segment comprises of freight forwarding, supply chain management, inland haulage, and other logistics services. The terminals and towage segments focuses in the gateway terminal activities, towage, and related marine activities. The manufacturing and other segments involved in the production of reefer and dry containers, providing offshore supply services, and trading and other businesses. The company was founded by Arnold Peter Moeller and Peter Maurice Moeller. The two brothers founded this company together. I guess brothers or father and son, whatever it is, on April 1904. So this company been around for a long time, and we could have faith that it's not gonna go into bankruptcy or anything. It's only gonna have growth. So it was founded in Copenhagen. I heard this name so much time in movies. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Copenhagen, Denmark. So all this information is irrelevant right now. We don't need to look at any more of that. Let's just go ahead and get to the video real quick and see what's going on.
Container shipper has seen both higher volumes and record profits. The global container business is in chaos.
It's a pandemic-induced buying surge that we have never seen before. We are trying to deal with a surge in demand, which is completely unprecedented. Both a surge in demand because consumers are spending, but also a surge in demand as large retailers actually stop buying stuff.
Remember, because of COVID-19, there was a lot of people ordering stuff from online. Even still, this COVID thing happened in China, but still, like, people were still ordering, and a lot of the things that we have come from China. So, event like the shipping company business is just something that's always gonna be around, because like we ship so many different things that's like too heavy to be transported by air, and transporting it by air would be way too expensive as well. So these big boats, gigantic container shipping boats, those boats are $1 million companies. They need them to transport all these things from China to the US to basically everywhere in the world, so we could get these basic commodities to run the world. So like as you can see, like they putting your money into these shipping company businesses is a good investment in my opinion. All right, this is my opinion.
In Asia in the second quarter of 2020 and well into the summer.
Maersk, the world's largest container shipper, has seen both higher volumes and record profits. The Danish shipping firm, whose customers include Walmart and Nike, announced May 2021 first quarter revenue of $12.4 billion, a 30%.
As you can see right here, 2020, that's around the time the virus happened. 2021, just like I was saying, everybody's ordering stuff online. Everybody's ordering stuff online. Look at their profits. It's like this look like a good, maybe a good 25, almost 35, maybe 30% profit right there. You feel me? That's a good amount of profit.
An increase from a year earlier.
It is both a demand and a supply crisis at the moment. It's tighter now than it's ever been, and it's not looking to loosen up anytime soon. And there's really no quick fixes to this.
And it's not just pandemic-era shopping, saturated ports, and COVID-related shutdowns that have impacted ocean carriers in recent years. Ships have also gotten bigger and placed an even heavier burden on terminals and workers.
When I say go to battle, we have a job to do. Sometimes ships come in, I couldn't tell you how many containers, maybe 10,000, maybe 15,000 containers on the ship.
Maersk has a fleet of over 700 ships and handles 1 in every 5 containers shipped by sea. The company also owns terminals around the world and has a growing land-based logistics business. On average, a Maersk container ship calls on a port somewhere around the globe every 6 minutes. Like its competitors, the company has faced a series of obstacles ranging from the worldwide shortage of shipping containers to the blockage of the Suez Canal. So with vaccine roll...
Yes, so the blockage of the Suez Canal. So this canal, this is where basically the boat had an accident and they blocked the canal where the transportation, the route that all the boats take to transport everything, you know, and that had a big effect on the shipping industry, you know. So that's already fixed right now. By that time, by me making this video, it's been fixed. So you know, that's basically opening up the opportunities for us, you know, because they had a big loss in the shipping industry and the stocks did fall. So like, you know, putting our money in right now is gonna only get better for us because, you know, demand is only getting higher in the US right now.
Ranging from the worldwide shortage of shipping containers to the blockage of the Suez Canal. So with vaccine rollouts in place in the US and consumer discretionary spending shifting towards services, will Maersk and its rivals be able to maintain their momentum? And what do bottlenecks at ports and higher freight rates mean for US consumers?
How Maersk profits from chaos in other companies. Okay.
The pandemic has caused havoc for the global supply chain.
The market is in turmoil right now, but not because anybody did anything wrong. Everybody did actually what they were supposed to do.
The problem started in Asia. In early 2020, China, home to 7 of the 10 largest container ports in the world, shut down for 2 months, causing exports to plummet. Facing a sharp drop in demand.
2 months. Imagine what that did on the stock market, you know? Like the people who bought in way earlier when that big, you know, tragic thing happened to the shipping industry, if you bought in at that time, that's a big applause for you.
Ocean carriers slashed their operations. Maersk canceled sailings, increasing its idle ships by almost 10%, the highest number in 10 years.
That makes sense. If there's no cargo to move, you obviously don't sail a ship either. We saw unprecedented levels of contraction in container demand. We saw, globally speaking, 15 to 20% of container demand simply just evaporated. As everybody on the demand side of things, the destination countries in North America and Europe basically cut their spending way back.
But with consumers stuck at home with little to do, that drop in demand quickly reversed course as Americans pivoted to upgrading their living rooms, backyards, home offices, and home gyms.
Apparently, the US consumer got bored sitting at home and found out they would just buy oodles of stuff online.
The surge in demand.
Exactly what I was saying in the beginning of the video. Everybody started to do things at home. Like working out, like ordering groceries online. Everything's been they've been done online, you know. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy how like we're moving into the age where we don't even want to go to the stores no more. We have everything just coming to our door, you know. It's amazing.
Coincided with a series of other complications for the industry too. One problem for the carriers was the shortage of containers where they were needed most, in Asia.
So the US demand boom starts at a point in time where I am no longer replenishing my inventories of empty containers. That's why when you then get into autumn, you run out of empty containers in China.
Canceled sailing at the start of the pandemic that the stockpiles of empty containers in the north and that causes
increase rapidly.
growth rates at Maersk increased 18% during the second half of 2020. Around the same time, ports were facing problems of their own, including surging demand, congestion, and COVID outbreaks. In January 2021, more than 40 cargo ships were stacked up outside of the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach.
If you watch my last video about what's the name, top ships, again, go look at my video on top ships to learn what they're talking about. The crude oil ships being stuck on right on California right now, in California, and then also around Texas as well. A lot of ships are just parked out there because there's a abundant amount of oil and they don't know what to do with it. So eventually, right now, like I said, the oil, the 1 barrel is gonna be $100 pretty soon. So watch my last video to see what I'm talking about.
In 2021, more than 40 cargo ships were stacked up outside of the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach.
And even under normal market circumstances, handling 30% more cargo through a port, that is highly challenging because it's not enough to get the containers off the ships into the port. You also need 30% more trucks to drive into the port to pick it up and get it to the rail and so on and so forth. But to make matters worse, this happens at the same point in time where a sizable proportion of port workers contract COVID.
By February 2021, containerized shipping rates to the west were up 30% from a year earlier. Shipping rates to the East Coast from Asia were up as much as 5 times during the same period. The Port of New York and New Jersey is home to the East Coast's busiest port, and the region is one of the world's most concentrated consumer markets. Maersk's APM terminal is one of 6 terminals which operates at the port and serves roughly 13 to 15 ships a week.
You never know what's going to happen when you wake up in the morning. There could be a snowstorm, or there could be heavy rain, there could be winds.
While the facility experienced a drop in volume at the start of the pandemic, stay-at-home shoppers led to a brisk rebound in terminal activity. By the end of 2020, APM's volume surged nearly 25% over the previous year's.
See, because of the COVID-19, they was expecting their shipping, their profits to be low, but because everybody started buying stuff from home, bounced right back. It was nothing to them.
Levels.
We didn't miss a beat. We had to go to work. Critical cargo was coming in for all the healthcare workers, and actually all cargo was needed in the entire region.
And it's not just pandemic-era shopping that has caused port traffic to surge. In recent years, container ships have experienced their own massive growth.
Today, what you'll see out there is our Maersk Guthorm. That's a ship that's sailing on TP12. We'll start her with 6 gangs. That means there'll be 6 trains working on her. Probably be about 3,000 moves, and she will be expected to sail Friday morning, probably about 1 o'clock. So a day and a half, sometimes 2 days to unload these large ships.
The modern era of containerized shipping got its start at the port of Newark, New Jersey in 1956, when the first containerized ship sailed to the port of Houston, Texas, carrying 58 8x8-foot containers. Since then, shipping containers have become the backbone of the global economy.
I think that the whole boom that we've had in
I don't see the shipping industry going nowhere because there's no way for basically the aviation industry to take all these heavy shipping containers and get them back and forth around the world.
The consumer good shipments has been possible because of the container ship.
Maersk got its start in containers in 1975, and by 2013 was sailing what was then the largest ship in the world, the Maersk McKinney Muller, with a capacity of more than 18,000 20-foot containers. The ship stands at 1,312 feet long, roughly the size of the Empire State Building. According to international shippers, a 20-foot storage container can hold more than 14,000 bottles of wine, about 100 washing machines, or about 48,000 bananas. Ramon Lee is a longshoreman crane operator whose job is to offload containers from the giant vessels.
Right now, we're discharging the ship. We started out with 134 boxes here. We're going to clear the entire deck.
There is not enough capacity in the world right now. Every conceivable ship that can sail is already sailing. So every time there is a vessel that suffers for that minor engine malfunction,
imagine
there
that
is no
guy's
replacement.
job. He literally has to be the claw. Be the claw. You know, like SpongeBob say, be the claw, Squidward. Be the claw.
Vessel to be found is just not possible.
Imports to Port Elizabeth include consumer household goods like furniture and clothing. Exports can be anything from agricultural goods to waste paper. Because of the trade imbalance, containers are often shipped back to Asia and
You see that
moving
flick?
a lot of empty containers from this
Never
terminal.
gonna
So
flick of that
a
wrist.
lot of choice New Jersey air is being sent away from here to other locations.
And even the cargo that moves on the backhaul out of, for example, North America, is not fully paying for its own way because it's It's a lot of scrap metal, used to be a lot of waste paper, and very low value goods.
In April 2021, the port of Newark and New Jersey's cargo volume set a new record, the ninth month in a row at 18% above pre-COVID levels. And according to workers on the front line, the pace of cargo is unlikely to diminish anytime soon.
The ships are getting bigger. The workload is getting bigger.
Everything.
They're hiring more labor, more trade skilled labor. But as the future goes, I'm sure the ship's going to even get bigger than they are now.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm hoping to hear.
Container shipping is often unpredictable and dangerous work that can involve everything from engine failures to typhoons. In the January 2021 voyage from China to LA, the Maersk Essen lost 750 containers overboard in bad weather. 2 months later, the Ever Given, one of the world's largest container ships, became wedged in Egypt's Suez Canal, suspending traffic for almost a week. The Suez Canal handles about 12% of global trade. Then in June, surging COVID cases in southern China caused massive delays at ports there. But it was consumer spending and higher freight rates that might have had the largest impact on the world's biggest shipping container companies, including Swiss-based Mediterranean Shipping Company, French-based CMA, CGM, Costco shipping lines out of China, and of course, Maersk. According to consulting group Sea Intelligence, the 11 largest shipping container companies saw a record $13.3 billion in operating profits in the second half of 2020.
Cargo owners right now get the worst ever service at the absolute ever highest prices seen, which of course is not now getting.
Let me go back to
A record
this real quick.
13.3
These are the world's largest shipping companies. So if you don't feel comfortable investing into Maersk, these are the other ones, all right? Go ahead and look at the prices for each one. Put it at the comment down. Put them all of them at the comment to basically help people see how much the prices is. And later on we could also look at the comments to compare how much the stock went up over time.
Maersk. According to consulting group Sea Intelligence, the 11 largest shipping container companies saw a record $13.3 billion in operating profits in the second half of 2020.
Cargo owners right now get the worst ever service at the absolute ever highest prices seen, which of course it's not going to be fun trying to explain to your boss if you're a logistics chief at some big in the water why suddenly the department we never cared about is about to bankrupt us.
Maersk had some of the biggest gains. In the first quarter of 2021, revenue rose 30% to $12.4 billion from the year prior, driven by a 31% increase in its ocean business. Maersk reported 2020 revenue of $39.7 billion. Its ocean business, which includes transporting containers, had revenue of $29 billion. Its land-based logistics and services business had revenue of $6.9 billion. Its terminals and towage, which includes port activities.
As you can see, this is all we read that in the beginning when I was listing of what they do. Ocean, logistics and services, terminal, and towage.
And offshore towing had sales of $3.8 billion. In its manufacturing, which includes making refrigerated containers, had revenue of $1.2 billion. The company also reported $1.4 billion in unallocated activities and eliminations.
Wow.
While container shipping, which accounted for 73% of 2020 revenue, will continue to be a focus for the company, its pivot to land-based services like warehouses and last-mile delivery could be the company's growth engine in the years to come. In the first quarter of 2021, Maersk's logistics and services business jumped 42% from the year earlier.
We really see that logistics is not just only ocean shipping. The customer is only happy when they get the things, from production line until the store, essentially.
The caveat here is it's not the first time a container line is trying it. It's not the first time Maersk is doing this.
Being able to offer your customers an end-to-end solution, both on sea and on land and in air, really could put Maersk ahead of the pack. Looking at their strategy, I think they are on the right path, but they are facing some large challenges. One of them being that a lot of their customers are also providing these solutions, so they could end up in a situation where their customers are also their competitors.
Maersk is also making moves to reduce its carbon footprint. The Danish firm announced it will launch a carbon-neutral vessel by 2023, 7 years ahead of schedule. But what does the chaos in shipping and higher freight rates mean for consumers?
So you have this extremely interesting situation where,
Carbon neutral?
as a consumer, you are not going to.
When they say carbon neutral, I want to know what this means. Hey Siri, what does carbon neutral mean?
Here's an answer from yourdictionary.com. The definition of carbon neutral is a person or a business that takes steps to reduce their pollution and impact on the environment to zero, balancing the amount of carbon absorbed with the amount of carbon released.
Is that like with uranium as well? Hey Siri, is uranium carbon neutral?
Okay, I found this on the web for is uranium carbon neutral. Check it out.
I know we're going off track a little bit in this video, but I am going to be making a video about I already did make a video actually about uranium. It's in my, if you look at my subscribe, go look at my page and you're gonna see the videos I did about uranium. Right? They're like, I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but uranium is becoming the move for clean energy. Clean energy. All right, Biden is moving into the renewable energy and clean energy time. So he's signing a lot of acts and giving a lot of grants to places to basically move into that new stage of energy. So look at my last video to learn a little bit more about that.
As a company, this might actually be life-threatening depending on what it is you're shipping.
According to a June 2021 analysis of spot rates by Sea Intelligence, higher freight rates could be an existential threat to cargo owners shipping large, bulky items. The study said freight accounts for up to 27% of the retail value for small appliances, 41% for large appliances, and up to 62% for assembled furniture. One note, cargo owners with long-term contracts in place will see freight rates lower than the current spot rates, but still higher than a year ago.
Before anybody thinks this is catastrophic, we can't move any cargo around the world, supermarket shelves are going to run empty. No, that's not the case. What the case is, most cargo in the world can still move. It is much more expensive to make it move, but certainly it can still move. But there's a tiny proportion of the cargo that will not move. Now, if I'm a container line, this is fantastic. They've never been as profitable as they are now. I'm sure that is not how they would phrase it. They would probably be very sorry about this poor service level they give to their customers, but they're more profitable than ever before.
Perfect. As you can see, the shipping industry more profitable than ever before. I advise you, but it's your choice. Right?
Shipping slowdowns are happening everywhere.
It's your choice to go ahead and try to invest. All right. If you want to look at this video, go ahead and look at that one as well. I already took the time to look at this. This is what happened when the ship has basically blocked the passage. They're gonna explain that here. But let's go back to here real quick. As you can see, it's trading at $13.71. In a few more months, maybe by the end of this year, I'm sure this stock right here is gonna be at a good $30-$40, right? I already put some money into this, and I don't use Robinhood to do my investments. I use Chase. I don't know if you guys do that the same like me. I use Chase. Like, leave in the comments below and let me know what you use for your investments. Do you use Robinhood? Do you use Chase? I just like Robinhood's setup because I could literally expand it and go deep into seeing what's going on in the stock itself. I like this setup, but I choose I like to invest my my money into the Chase platform, but I like their setup because it's nice and it's more detailed. But again, invest at your own risk though. But we did research together so we could feel more confident about what we're investing into. Again, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing this together to find articles, anything that's going to make us more confident about what we're investing our money into. All right. Thank you again. See y'all next video.